Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter decimals. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay, here I'm on grade 4 math. We're going to start with the chapter decimals. Let's just start with the first one, that is with what number is illustrated. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, what decimal is illustrated? So you have to count. See, there you have the 10 columns, right? Only one of the column is colored. That means the picture shows 1/10, right? That is 1/10, right? Let's just start with the test questions. What decimal is illustrated? Which is the correct option? You have total 10 columns, right? Three of them are colored. That represent 3/10, right? Or 0.3 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. What decimal number is illustrated? Which is the correct option? The complete box shows 100 small squares, right? You have to count the one that are colored. You have one, two, three, four, 5 complete lines and 9 of them are colored. That means 59, that is 0.59, right? The correct option is 59. The correct option is 0.59. That's 0.59, not 59, right? 100 out of 59 are colored, so that is 0.59. What decimal number is illustrated? Which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, that's 0.74. 74 and 0.74 is different, right? You have to see what decimal number. That decimal number is 0.74. The correct option is 0.74. What decimal number is illustrated? Which is the correct option? The correct option is, that's 0.52 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. What decimal number is illustrated? The correct option is, you have, the total columns are 10, 9 of them are colored. The correct option is 0.9 is the correct option. The correct option is 0.9. Option number 1 is the correct option. What decimal number is illustrated? The correct option is, yes, that is 0.45. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is understanding decimals expressed in words. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, write 6 and 52 hundredth. Okay, so you are given the decimals in words. You have to understand them and write them in the decimal number, right? 6 and 52 hundredth. The number before and is the one that is the whole number, right? So 6 is the digit at, that is the whole number, and 52 hundredths, that means the 52 is at the hundredths position, so that is 6.52, right? Just look at this one, 1 and 1/10. This one before the and is the whole number, and 1/10 means that 1 is at the 10th position. So when working on the decimals, just understand the place value chart, right? You have 1, tens, the decimal point here. After the decimal point, the first one is at the 10th position. After the 10th, that is the hundredth position. You have th with them. Then you have thousandth position, right? So th always represents the numbers that are after the decimal point. Let's just start with the practice questions. Can you guys please stop talking? You are here, stop chatting. You are here to learn, so please focus on the learning. Answer the questions I am asking. 2 and 77 hundredth, which is the correct option? 2 and 77 hundredth, which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? That is option number 2. The 2 before the and is the one that is whole number, and you have 77 is at the 100 position, so that is 2.77. Right, 2 and 67 hundreds. But I am not yelling. 2 and 67 hundreds, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? 2 and 67 hundredth. 2 is the number before the decimal point, and then 67 is at the hundredth position, right? So that is 2.67. Option number 2 is the correct option. Right, 5 and 5 tenths, which is the correct option? That is 5.5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Right, 1 and 46 hundredths, which is the correct option? 1 and 46 hundredths, which is the correct option? That's the second one. 1.46 is the correct option. Right, 6 and 52 hundredths, which is the correct option? You guys are just in grade 4. The first thing is you guys need to learn the manners, how to talk to your teachers. 6 and 52 hundredths, which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 2. 6.52 is the correct option. And if you feel like I'm yelling, you can leave. Right, 8 and 6 tenth as a decimal number, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 8.6. The correct option is 8.6. Write 1 and 31 hundredth as a decimal number, which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 1. 1.31 is the correct option. Write 2 and 71 hundredth as a decimal number. Which is the correct option? That is 2.71. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is place value in decimal numbers. Let's just start with the next lesson. In 1.5546 in 154.68, in which place is 1? You have to find the place value of the digit 1. So which is the correct option? Yes, you have to complete the test on your own. So let's just first understand the place value chart of the decimal numbers. You can make the chart on your notebook and so that you can keep in your mind later. Okay, when we're working on the numbers that don't have any decimal number, right? The rightmost digit is at the rightmost digit is the one that is on the ones position. So you have ones, tens, hundreds. Then here is the decimal point. The one after the decimal is tenth, then hundredth, then thousands, right? So you have 141.45.68. So 1 is at the 100 position. So you can keep this chart on your notebook. Let's just start with the test question. Please stop chatting, focus on the lesson we are working on. In 4.2, which digit is at the ones place? Which digit is at the ones place? That is, no one is asking answering the questions I am asking. 4 is the digit at that is at the ones position. In 0.4, in which place is the 0? Which is the correct option? Zero is at the ones position. The correct option is ones. In 41.5, which digit is at the tens place? Which is the correct option? correct option is 4 is at the tens place. The correct option is 4. In 8.2, in which place is the 2, which is the correct option? Yes, 2 is at the 10th position. The correct option is 10th. In 2578.39, which digit is in the hundreds place, which is the correct option? Hundredth place is 9. 9 is at the hundredth place. The correct option is 9. In 1235.80, which digit is at the hundreds place, which is the correct option? Hundreds place is 5. 5 is at the ones place. The correct option is 2 is at the hundreds position. In 0.81, in which place is the 1, which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 is at the hundreds position. When you have to see the place value of the number that is after the decimal point, keep this very important point in your mind. The place value must have the th with them, right? So 1 is at the hundreds place. The correct option is option number 1. In 5.2, in 5.2, which digit is at the tens place? Which is the correct option? 2 is at the 10th place. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is equivalent decimals. Which decimal is equivalent to 0.070? You have to find the equivalent decimals, right? You're not given with the options here, so let's just start with the test questions. Is 0.440 and 0.4400 are equivalent decimals? Yes, they are equivalent. How and why? You have 0.440 and 0.4400. The zeros you add at the end of the decimal have no value. Either you can write them or you can write without decimals. They all are exactly equivalent, right? So 0.44, 0.440 and 0.4400, they all are exactly equivalent. The correct option is yes, they are equivalent, right? Are 0.3400 and 0.340 equivalent decimals, but you write 0 or you don't write the 0? They are exactly equivalent, right? So which is the correct option? Are 0.3400 or 0.340 equivalent decimals? Which is the correct option? Yes, they are equivalent. The correct option is yes. The correct option is, which decimal is equivalent to 0.070? Option 1 or option 2? Yes, that is option number 2 is the correct option. Which decimal are 0.66 and 0.67 equivalent decimals? Which is the correct option? The correct option is no, they are not equivalent. They have different digits, so they are not equivalent, right? The correct option is no. Which decimal is equivalent to 0.1000? Which is the correct option? Very good. That's 0.1. Which decimal is equivalent to 0.000, which is the correct option? That is option number one. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is decimal number lines. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is decimal number lines. Okay, find the value of h. Write your answer as a decimal number. Okay, so let's just understand the number line first, right? The number line goes from 0 to 1. Here you have 0 and here you have 1. You have 10 equal intervals between 0 and 1. You can count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? Each interval represents zero point 0.1, right? So when you count from 0 until 8, you have 8 intervals. That represents you have zero point 0.8. There are 8 intervals. 8 is greater than 0 but less than 1, so that represents zero point 0.1. So between any two numbers, you have 10 small intervals. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, find the value of h. Write your answer as a decimal number. The correct option is zero point 0.6. H is at the sixth interval, so that would be zero point 0.6. Find the value of S. Write your answer as a decimal number. So, which is the correct option? That is zero point 0.9. The second one is the correct option, right? That is zero point 0.9. Find the value of A. Write your answer as a decimal, which is the correct option? That is zero point 0.3. Option number 1 is the correct option. 0.8 it is. The correct option is 0.8. That is zero point 0.6 is the correct option. Find the value of y. Write your answer as a decimal number. So, which is the correct option? That is zero point 0.1. 1 and zero point 0.1 are two different number. One is a whole number, zero point 0.1 is a decimal. The correct option is zero point 0.1. Find the value of h. Write your answer as a decimal number. Which is the correct option? Yes, that is zero point 0.8. The correct option is zero point 0.1. The correct option is zero point 0.1. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 4 math. Chapter we were working on is decimals. The lessons we have covered today are What decimal number is illustrated? Understanding decimals expressed in words, place values in decimal numbers, equivalent decimals, and decimal number line. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. Or if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask question. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session.